Sundays have slowly become one of my favorite days of the week, not because anything huge usually happens, but because it's one of the only days where I can slow down for a second and reset everything before the week begins again. During the week, life tends to move really quickly. There's always something to finish, somewhere to go, or something already waiting for you tomorrow. Before you realize it, the week is basically over. So I started treating Sundays a little differently. Instead of filling the day with a million things to do, I try to use it as a day to reset my space, my mind, and my routine before Monday comes around again. One thing I've realized recently is how much your environment actually affects your mindset. When your space feels messy or chaotic, it's really hard to feel calm or focused. Your brain kind of mirrors whatever your environment looks like. But when things start to feel clean again, fresh sheets, organized spaces, laundry getting done, it creates this small feeling of starting over. It's almost like giving yourself permission to begin the week with a blank page. And honestly, I think people underestimate how powerful small habits are. We tend to think big life changes come from huge decisions or big dramatic moments, but a lot of the time they come from tiny routines we repeat over and over again. For example, taking care of your space might seem like such a small thing, but over time, those small habits shape the way your days feel, and eventually, the way your days feel becomes the way your life feels. I think that's something I've been thinking about a lot recently, how life is really built through everyday moments, not just the big milestones, but the quiet routines that happen in between them. Something I've been reflecting on lately is how much people grow and change over time. Sometimes, we would hold on to versions of ourselves for way too long because we think that's who we're supposed to be. But growth usually means allowing yourself to evolve. The things that mattered to you a few years ago might not matter in the same way today. Your priorities change, your mindset changes, and the way you see the world starts shifting too. And honestly, that's a really good thing. Once I'm ready for the day, I like to keep my skincare really simple. Lately, I've been trying to focus more on hydration and just keeping my skin balanced. One product I've been using a lot recently is the Bioma Milky Toner, which I really like because it's gentle and hydrating without feeling heavy. Then I'll spray a little bit of the Caudalie Beauty Elixir spray, which honestly just wakes everything up. I also use a hyaluronic serum, which is one of those ingredients that just makes your skin feel instantly refreshed. For makeup, I usually keep it really natural on Sundays. Been using the L'Oreal concealer just to spot conceal instead of doing a full base. And for brows, I've been loving the Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue because once they're set, they literally stay put all day. It's definitely a really light routine, but sometimes that's exactly what feels best. After getting ready, I wanted to take a little time to slow down and read. I just started a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. And one of the ideas in it that really stood out to me is learning how to choose what actually deserves your energy. And while I was reading, my fiance surprised me with an iced cup and a bagel, which honestly felt like the perfect little Sunday breakfast. Moments like that are honestly what makes a day feel good. Not huge milestones or big plans, just small unexpected things that make you pause for a second and appreciate the moment you're in. Another thing I like doing on Sundays is preparing a little bit for the week ahead. Nothing extreme, just resetting the space a little bit. Putting groceries away, cleaning the kitchen, and organizing things that got messy during the week might seem small, but they make a Monday feel a lot less chaotic. I've realized that when my environment feels calm, my mind usually feels calmer too. And I think that's why routines like this have started to feel more important to me. Not because they're exciting, but because they create stability. Life can feel really busy and unpredictable sometimes, but small routines give you something consistent to come back to. I also think social media can sometimes make everyday life look really unrealistic. Perfect homes, perfect routines, perfect productivity. But real life usually looks a lot more simple than that. Some weeks you're really motivated and everything feels organized. Other weeks, you're just doing the best you can to keep things together. And both of those are completely normal. Progress doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it just looks like slowly building habits that support the kind of life you want to create. One thing I'm trying to remind myself lately is that growth rarely happens overnight. It usually happens through small, consistent steps. And ending the day with a walk is one of my favorite ways to reset mentally. Fresh air, a little movement, and a break from screens can make a huge difference. Sometimes we think we need some big life change to feel better or more motivated. But most of the time, it's actually the small resets that help the most. Cleaning your space, slowing down for a moment, getting outside, and taking care of yourself in small ways. Those quiet routines might seem simple, but they're actually what make up most of our lives. So Sundays like this have become my reminder to pause, reset, and step into the new week feeling a little more grounded. And if you enjoyed spending the Sunday reset with me, I'd love for you to stick around and be part of this little community I'm building here. I'm planning to upload a new video every Sunday, sharing things like routines, beauty, wellness, and just real life moments as I go through my week. Starting this channel is something I've been wanting to do for a while, so it honestly means a lot to have you here watching my very first video. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And I'd also love to hear from you in the comments, whether it's topics you'd like me to talk about, videos you'd want to see next, or even just what your own Sunday reset routine looks like. Thank you so much for spending a little part of your day with me, and I'll see you in the next Sunday video. Bye!